All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So we're here with my Mustang Mach-E and also my new to me Mustang Bullitt. So if you watch the channel a lot, you might be wondering what's going on here. So let's talk about it. All right, so if you watch the channel a lot, you know that the Mustang Mach-E is really the main car that I feature on the channel, do lots of long-term reviews, testing, charging, comparing it to other EVs. And if you love that, don't worry, I'm gonna keep doing that. The Mach-E is staying, I love this car. It's the perfect daily driver. I think it still looks great, it's great performance, but it's also super practical with its efficiency and practicality for my family. So that's not going anywhere. But the shorts form feed on my channel is mostly supercars, muscle cars, classic cars, going to car shows and that type of thing. And that's kind of where the Mustang Bullitt fits in. You know, as a kid, when I grew up with cars, I mostly grew up with gas cars because that's, what was around in the, early 2000s when I was, a teenager. And so I've always loved, kind of enthusiast performance type cars, V8, manual transmission. And actually before the Mach-E, I had a 2010 Mustang GT. I'll put a picture here. Love that car. I had that car for 8 years. And I think there's a lot of videos I could actually do about that car. And I want to be able to give you, kind of all the stuff we've done with the Mach-E, kind of that longer term ownership perspective, repairs I've had to do, what's this thing really like to live with? What are the issues that you really have? Because in my stage of life right now, I've got young kids, I've got a full-time job. So cars and YouTube is just my hobby. I love it, but I don't have a ton of time to devote to it. And so when I do, I really want to be able to give you kind of that thorough, what's this really like? And so I've rented a few cars, I rented a Model Y at one point, did some videos with that, but I just don't have enough time to really give it a fair review. And so, that was part of the idea of getting the second car. Obviously, this is very different than the Mach-E. They both share the Mustang nameplate, interestingly enough, which is very unique. That's another reason why I decided to go with a gas Mustang. But I wanted another car I could give you long-term review about. And also, I think in today's day and age, a lot of YouTubers, not everybody, but a lot are kind of picking one camp. They're either going to be an EV channel or they're going to be a gas channel. And, they might talk about the other one like, here's all my cool gas cars. EVs aren't all that great. And then on the other side, I think there's, a lot of EV cars, which are great. Obviously, I have this one. I love this car. I'm keeping it. But I think it's easy to kind of forget maybe some of the stuff about the gas cars that are fun or that actually have still some advantages where the EV needs to do some work to really fully replace, if it can, the gas experience. And so I kind of want to bridge that gap a little bit. I don't think you have to pick a side. I think you can do both. And that's what I'm going to attempt to do here and bring you lots of content. A lot of videos might just be one car. We won't really even be talking about the other car. And then there will be other videos like this one where I'm looking forward to doing some head-to-head. If I take both of these things on the highway at 80 miles an hour, for a couple hours, you know, which one's actually cheaper to operate? Those are the types of things I want to actually give you the real data on from a real owner who owns both of these cars. So if you love all the Mach-E content, don't worry, that's going to continue. And then if you like the shorts form videos that I do, you know, get excited because there's going to be some long-term stuff coming on gas cars. You know, I'm looking forward to comparing this to some newer gas cars, newer Mustangs, and give you that, you know, more ownership experience. All right, well, let's hop in each car and I'll tell you a little bit more about what's coming down the pipe for both the Mach-E and the Bullitt in terms of videos that I'm thinking of doing. So let's go. All right, so we're here in the Mach-E. So some other Mach-E videos coming up. You know, the 2026 Mach-E has gotten announced and it should be hitting the dealer lots here pretty soon, like late February, March timeframe. So I'm looking forward to checking that out and I'll show you the differences there and what's new for 26. And then obviously Ford's been busy with some EV planning. They canceled the fully electric F-150 Lightning, and you know, they have the new EV platform coming. So I'm looking forward to covering all that content in more detail. The Rivian R2 is coming out as well, so if I can get some videos with that, I'm pretty interested in the R2, maybe as a for my wife's car potentially down the road, we'll see. And so a lot of exciting EV stuff coming up. There's also a couple new superchargers that Tesla opened here in Idaho that I haven't been to yet. So this summer, probably do some new road trips and check those out. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff going on in the EV space. I'll have the Mach-E almost 4 years here this summer. And so it'll be due for a 4-year update here. You know, I never got around to a 3-year update, just been busy. And so want to give you, you know, a full update here. We've got a little over 30,000 miles on the Mach-E, and we'll do another update here soon on the Mach-E. So yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up. If there's more Mach-E stuff you're interested in that you want to see that I haven't covered or talked about, let me know in the comments below. I'm definitely open to ideas. So thanks. All right, so we're here in the Bullitt and want to tell you more about what's coming down the pipe for this car. So obviously I haven't filmed anything with this car yet except this video. So looking forward to doing just kind of a general ownership update. You know, what was my thought process behind buying this Bullitt versus, you know, some other gas cars. I'll take you through, you know, all the cars I looked at Cars and Bids, locally, and, you know, finding this Bullitt and then this specific Bullitt. So I'll tell you the whole story there. So video on that coming. Then I'll do some general ownership updates once I've had the car a little bit longer. I'd love to show you all the specialty stuff that you get on the Bullitt over the standard GT and kind of what sold me on this car. And then we'll also be able to do some videos against newer Mustangs. You know, there's rumors of Ford doing another Bullitt here for maybe 2028, which would be the 60th anniversary of the Bullitt movie. So if they do bring that out, would love to take my Bullitt, compare it to the new one. If, you know, either way, if I can find some older Bullitts, either the 08 generation or the 01 generation, would love to do some comparisons of what you got on those cars, you know, at the time versus this car, and just be able to take this to car shows, do other, you know, car enthusiast type stuff, compare this to some newer gas cars. So yeah, lots of fun stuff coming, and looking forward to it. If you have questions, ideas, you know, about the Bullitt, let me know. And then I think lastly, I still want to do some EV versus gas comparisons. Like I was mentioning earlier, you know, which car is actually more efficient, you know, for a road trip, which car is better around town. In the wintertime, you know, which car is going to warm up faster if they're both parked outside, you know, all that kind of stuff that, you know, is just kind of hard to do if you only have the car for a few days. And so I'm looking forward to giving you that full long-term ownership type perspective on these cars, and also just enjoy sharing them with you and with others. So anyway, yeah, hopefully that sounds exciting, and let me know if you have ideas. All right, well, I think that about does it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. You know, if you're looking forward to more Mach-E videos or Bullitt videos or both, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next future video. Bye.